Thank you, Ryan Souza and Zamar. That's awesome. Wow. We are beginning our 80th anniversary, the anniversary of this very special community that had its first official Sunday, October 10th, 1937, with the minister Marie Handley. And so a lot of wonderful things have happened during that time. Some challenging things have happened. The power of zeal is one of the powers that was definitely important in starting this church and helping this church to keep going at various times. And that is the power of this month. The power of zeal is signified by the color orange. And so you see some orange around. And Simon the Zealot is the one with whom we connect that power of zeal. And zeal is the power to lift things off, to get things going. Joanne Adams has certainly shown a lot of zeal in getting our 80th anniversary going and helping to organize that. The people who were here yesterday cleaning, sometimes in the heat, that were cutting brush or cleaning the gutters or whatever, we're using the power of zeal. Zeal can be used in lots of ways. It can be used in destructive ways. It can be used in ways to create conflict. Some people are zealous about conflict. In fact, once in a while I watch TV, not real often, but once in a while. And so I was one night thinking, I just want to sit and watch TV. So I had the remote. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm flipping through the channels. And, so many of the things that I would flip to, I would immediately see violence and hate and aggression. Okay, let me flip to something else. I don't need that right now. I flip to something else. More aggression, hate, violence. Okay, let me flip to something else. Aggression, hate, violence. And I began to realize how addicted we are as a culture to that kind of conflict. Like, some people, I think, aren't sure they're alive unless they're in conflict. Ask yourself honestly and truthfully what your life would be like without conflict. Peaceful. What your life would be like without fighting with someone. And what does the purpose of that conflict and that fighting serve? How does that serve you? I believe that one of the things that it really prevents, maybe the purpose that it serves, is to keep us asleep, to keep us from really awakening to our true Christ nature, to our true divine nature, what we're really here to do. And as we celebrate our 80th anniversary, we're celebrating that vision and that mission to assist in that transformation of all humanity into that awakening of oneness. That's what we are here to do. We are here to assist in awakening. We're not here to see who's right. We're not here to see if I can outdo somebody else. We're here to help with spiritual awakening. That is really the core and mission of this church and the core and mission of our lives. And we are miserable if we're not doing that. Now, what a lot of you didn't know is that one of the first things in my life that for years I really wanted to be was an astronomer. So I'm really looking forward to sometime going to the Big Island and, seeing all of that, because I've dreamed about that for years, haven't gotten there yet. But I want to share just a few things with you about what is the meaning of Makahiki and how does that start? How does that come about? So, Makali'i Hiki means in Hawaiian the rising of the Pleiades. The Pleiades are a small cluster, sometimes called the Seven Sisters, a small cluster of stars known in Hawaii as the Makali'i. Okay, so we're going to look, if we can get the full screen here, the Pleiades you see up in the upper right-hand corner. Down here in the lower left-hand corner is Orion. And so Orion's belt, have you seen that? It's like the 3 stars all in a row. If you go out about 4 in the morning, I'm sure you want to, and look straight up, you can see Orion. And the belt of Orion points to Aldebaran, which is a bright star in Taurus, the bowl. It's kind of V-shaped, and that points to the Pleiades, this small cluster. Now, this is how it looks kind of in the night sky, but we're going to show you here. Okay, let's see. We got it there. Orion's here. That's part of Orion. You see that bright star to the upper left? That's Betelgeuse, and that's part of Orion. And then you go over here to Aldebaran, and then there's the Pleiades. So they're all like in a line if you want to find those in the night sky. Another possible meaning of Makahiki is Makahiki, meaning roughly as in Tahiti, because it was seen as the deity Lono would come from Tahiti during this time of year for 4 months and would give a break to everybody. Because sometimes the other deities that would be worshipped weren't so easy. They weren't so lenient. But with Lono, you could kind of relax, you could chill out. In fact, there were a few days where it was outlawed to even do any kind of work whatsoever. You had to just relax and play. I mean, wouldn't that be great? And warfare was outlawed for 4 months. I think that's a great thing. It'd be nice if there wasn't any reason for it whatsoever all year long, okay? So, the rising of the Pleiades right after sunset is the indication that the Makahiki season is coming. I checked the astronomical charts. We'll see what Kumu Ramsey Tom says next week. He'll give a really in-depth spiritual view of it. But the Pleiades is going to come up right after sunrise on November 17th. And then the first crescent moon is November 19th. And when that is witnessed, then it's the beginning of Makahiki. Okay, I want to go to what the purposes, the themes of this time of year are. First of all, cleansing, spiritual and physical. Yesterday we were doing physical cleanup, but this is really a time for spiritual cleansing. What is it in your life that's getting in your way? What is it in your life that is preventing the full expression of the divine as you? And it's a time of celebration, a time of building connections, and a time of tithing. Now, in ancient Hawaiian times, this would be a time of giving gifts that have been saved up for a whole year and give them to the chief, and then those would be distributed to the people. We're encouraging this as a time of tithing, and on the last Sunday of this month, we will have a time where we can be intentional and think about what is our giving going to be for the year of 2018. What is it that we choose to implant into this fertile field of abundance and prosperity? What is it that we wish to share? So I want to share with you some Hawaiian proverbs. E uha I ika maka'au ka ihe, which means break off the point of the spear. That means, I think, cease warfare and resume friendly relations. So it's a time of peace. Again, some people think of peace as being boring. There's anything but boring when it comes to peace. Peace is a challenge at times because there's so much in the outer world that looks like conflict. There's so much in the outer world that looks like dissension. And sometimes we get pulled into it. Any of you here on Facebook? Do you ever get sucked into some of those discussions on Facebook that become contentious? Like someone's trying to one-up someone else, and you need to weigh in. You need to weigh in because things just won't be set right unless they hear from you. I've done that a few times, and then I've pushed away from the table. I thought, okay, I did my bit, now I'm backing out of this. Because sometimes it gets very, very contentious. But this is a season as we celebrate our church, our spiritual community. And really, this is a good thing for spiritual life, period. Cease warfare. Resume friendly relations. If there is something that is, feeling some adversity, some animosity, this is a great time to experience forgiveness. This is a great time to let go of whatever it is. Maybe resentment. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's low self-esteem. Whatever it is that's interfering in your life. Okay, here's another one. Hey, ali'i ka la'i he haku nake aloha. And this means peace is a chief, the Lord of love. Where peace is, there love abides also. I believe that everything we do here needs to be about love. Every single thing we do here. Here's the next proverb. Maiho ale ale ika wai lana ma'ile. Thank you. Thanks. I should put on my sky hat to say these. Do not stir up water that is still. Should I? Maybe that'll help, right? Okay. Do not stir up water that is still. So, when things are peaceful, we don't need to go in there and stir it up. Okay? Do not stir up contention when all is peaceful. Peace is a very important theme in this whole Makahiki season and in celebrating what we're about. I know of a church, actually it's the one I grew up in, that when they got a new minister just a few years ago, he came to the church and he said, "This is a murmur-free zone." And what he meant by that is gossiping, murmuring, complaining. It wasn't going to happen in that zone. Well, look at what does stirring up contention do for you? What does it do? Now let's get down to it. I don't know if you realize this, but you really are the divine expressing individualized as you. You really are. Because there's only one power and one presence, active as our lives and as the universe, and that is God the good, omnipotence. That means that presence is expressing you. You are the self-livingness of God. You are God experiencing life as you. You are experiencing something new. You are the expression of something new where God wants to experience life in a brand new way. You are no small stuff. When you go out into the world each day, when you smile with someone, when you connect with someone, when you connect the eyes, you are the divine looking back upon itself. And I define love this way. Love is the divine recognizing itself. Love is the divine recognizing itself. So when we see the divine in each other, we experience that connection. And we realize that all the circumstances, all the things that sometimes trouble us about someone else. Now, maybe you've never experienced that. Have you ever experienced anyone that bothered you just a little bit? Have you? Oh! Never, right? But when you do experience that, recognize that that is the divine showing up in your life, sometimes in brilliant disguises, but that we are here to be that expression of the divine with one another. That's really what we're about. This church started as a study group. So years ago, even before 1937, it was a study group. And there was someone who came from Unity Village and helped with the group for a while, left, went back to the mainland. And then Marie Handley came in 1937. And again, the first service was in October 10th. And from that day to this church has reached hundreds and hundreds of lives. This church has helped to awaken within people the consciousness and awareness of who and what we truly are. And we not only honor our past, as I honor Sky and David McClure and John Strickland and all the different ministers who have preceded me. We are here to create our future. It is up to us. It is not up to us to just stay stuck in the past or complain about the past. It is up to us to live in the present. One of the biggest and most popular designations for the divine in scriptures is the I am. Not the I was, not the I will be, but the I am. We are here in this day for such a day as this to reach the people of this island, to reach this state, to reach around the world. We are here to be a shining light because we are that divine presence in action. We are an alarm clock club. We are here to help wake each other up to our true greatness, our true divinity. We are here to wake each other up to our true greatness and to love one another. We are here to celebrate not only what we have been, but what we are now and what we are creating. There is no limitation or lack in spirit. There is only abundance. We can create whatever we choose to create. One of my favorite teachers, Paul Hasselbeck, used to say to us frequently, have a wonderful day in your consciousness. Because everything is created from our consciousness. Everything starts there. Everything is created from there. What is it that we wish to create anew as Unity Church of Hawai'i? This is our time. Our time is now. We are here to create abundance. We are here to create and assist in global, worldwide spiritual awakening. I want you to turn and look at somebody, connect with them eye to eye, and repeat after me. And if you're an introvert, just take a deep breath. Repeat after me. I recognize who you really are. You are the divine. We made a contract a long time ago to be here at this time and place. We are here to assist in worldwide awakening. We are here to wake ourselves up to the truth of who we really are. That we are the divine presence in action. Let's do this together. Give each other a high five or a hug. And all of you love streaming, you know that's the truth about you. Your spirit recognizes that. We are here to awaken to that presence. You are awesome. Aloha. Thank you.